See, let's double check and see if we're back online.
All right, we back live again, Jamie.
It should be. Let's see.
Boo, Yankee, boo. You're just mad that the Chicago fixed it.
Hang on, ladies and gentlemen, technical difficulties.
I think the stream is back. I'm just making sure.
All right, we're making sure we're live again.
We're still here.
You are.
I am here, and you are here, but soon we will not be here. Clearly what this needed was more Princess Bride. Yes! I can hear my terrible Princess Bride impression and reference.
Yeah, the live stream's back up. People can hear us.
Oh,
They heard
good.
you making random comments just now.
And that's how you make Maydeen worth it, guys.
You missed the secret.
Oh yes, the secret to Maydeen.
And
I
I'm just
thought
gonna
we- I
smack
thought we
him
were-
and now it's gone.
The
I thought that
secret
was
to
the secret to Kraken.
the secret to making Maydeen worth it is your name is
You rat us.
you got to be both classic and Ben. Because
Speaking of Classic Ben, get on the Discord. Not that I expect you to hear that.
yeah, no, he won't. I'm sure he's there. I'm sure everyone's paying very much attention to a middling, nothing, no offense, like a general live stream of a match that is certainly happening. Like, I'm sorry, like, it's...
Well, we've lost a YT 2400 now, so that both sides have done some damage. so
We've lost both Angry Frisbees in exchange for Mauler and...
That's it.
Yeah. So,
There's two YT 2400s now? I didn't see one, or is that behind the post?
yeah, there's two. Yeah, there.
Okay.
Where were we before we lost the stream? Like, nothing of note.
Not really.
I'm
We
aware
were
we were discussing
chit-chatting.
nothing of note, but, you know, having a decent
Rebel
idea.
Admirals, like, what was the future and...
Oh, like Leia and all that. It's...
I really like that Bluefish, Redfish, Crit Wish, Death Wish line.
I mean,
I'm
I guess
feeling that.
I guess the question is long term is the points cost particularly for Maydeen makes him not really worth it, particularly versus Radis.
You have to navigate with it, and it's... Rebel ships are generally pretty solidly good already, like, in navigation. Like, okay, here's...
The Liberty is unusual for being bad.
Yeah.
And the MC30 is not great at speed 4, but below speed 4 you can generally do
Yeah.
whatever you want. And if you let
I've
Nav
run Leia on MC30s with speed 4. It's surprisingly decent.
I mean, yeah,
Don't
once you got
recommend it, but, you know...
I mean, it was Command 2. It wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
'Cause you were alternating nav and con fire.
No, literally nav on down by the end of it. And,
I mean, MC30s generally don't want any other command than a nav.
yeah.
Because you're just going to run yourself into trouble, because you're not going to be able to turn.
Yeah.
I would only do that if I had SFOs hanging around.
Yeah. You still run yourself into trouble.
Because you haven't got Lando to save it when
Yeah.
it takes that big hit.
Yeah. So there's really, because there's only the 4 Rebel Admirals, you end up with, like, you're not gonna see... Sato can do well against large ships, but
He requires too much work.
he requires a lot of work, and as soon as your dice fail you, Sato fails you. Dice rolling, that's what we were talking about
Dice rolling,
before. Yes. The minute your dice fail you with Sato, because I was playing some Sato against Nick just to try out things. Secret plans. That's all we can say about that.
Well, that was
Chicago
what Dave
Regionals
was.
will be won by Leia.
Yes.
That was what David was playing with a couple days ago. Was he was trying to figure out like Sato hammerheads with APTs and decaps and what have you, and the problem he kept running into is like most Imperial solo big ships have Brunson on them, and then everything else has an evade. So like you're pressuring my defense tokens kind of, and if you hit a heavy ship an evade-less list like 2 ship, if somehow its squadrons don't cut you a new one, or a double ISD list or something like that, sure, you'll go to town, but
Not really.
But are you really willing to bet that's all you're going to see at a tournament?
No.
I'm not.
No. You have plenty of idiots like me running MSU, and Eric will run MSU, and Nate Coder was running Sato MSU. It was actually very amusing. The table at Gen Con was myself playing Comatose. Hi, Mike. He was running dual Pelta Garm. I was running my dumb Leia list.
I've seen that Pelta
Two
list.
strongest Rebel Admirals.
It is not to be trifled with.
And Mike knows his crud. It was nice. Right next door to us was Nate Coda playing Sato. No, Riken MSU 8-ship and Schmitty playing Sato. There was not a large ship on either of our tables, and it was phenomenal.
So I mean,
And
the
it
question
never
is,
happened again.
Yeah.
so here's the thing you got to bear in mind is, for Imperials, it's you build your list and then you plug your admiral.
No, the problem with Imperials is you start down with a third of your list. You get a naked ISD-1 and Ozzel, and anything else you want to go from there, any upgrade you want to put on that has to come out of past a third of your points for that. Did you want to run Ozzel on ISD-1? You don't want to run Ozzel on ISD-1. Maybe a 2.
I mean, the thing is, when you're building an Imperial list, you're picking, do I want dice reliability with Vader? Do I want maneuverability with JJ? Do I want...
Maximum shenanigans from Thrawn.
I think we'll throw more as insurance.
Thrawn's
Yeah.
insurance. That's why 2-ship is so highly used, is because of the fact that
It's very difficult to disrupt.
It took down a lot of the slicer tools meta that I'm gonna say Eric and I helped create. More Eric using it at Worlds and slicing the crud out of things. Like just no, Yav is doing this, and like
Yeah,
there's
Yavaris,
let
have
me
an
be
engineering
humble.
command.
Like there might have been more people like realizing slicers are good, but Thrawn basically says no, you're not actually slicing me.
My point is that I was coming back to is that you pick your. I mean, with the Imperials, you build your list and you pick your admiral to
Fix the list.
to fix the slight problems and reflect how you kind of want to play with it. With Rebels, you've really got to start with who's my admiral and then what am I going to pick from there.
Because like
that's-
Mothma,
I mean-
you need to go find things with evades.
And
with
then Kraken smalls, you can't take larges.
Kraken. The problem with Kraken, Mothma, and Leia is because we're in a large heavy meta, and because Stratad basically made a ISD cost 55 points and a MC 75, 80 cost half their points plus 2 for Stratad when you divide it in 2. There's no reason not to run a large, and the only reason I won't is because I'm a contradictory jerk. Also, Leia's not good on larges. Please stop building your Leia fleets with larges. I can't. If you're going to be dumb and imitate me and play Leia, don't put her on a large in that list. You really don't want to, and I'm aware advising you to try MSU is a suicide effort, and I'm aware that you will lose a lot of game with MSU.
counterpoint.
Stop putting her on larges.
Counterpoint.
So, I
She
mean,
doesn't
I mean,
exist on a large.
So the thing is that I feel like the Rebels probably have more. I mean, the Rebels have great ships. The Rebels do have a range of great ships, but I also feel like now the Rebels still have a ship that you will never see at tournament. We had 39 people here today. I did not see a single Pelter, and we had a couple people who were very new to the game who weren't in a meta where you were playing a lot, and you did not. Who might make the mistake of bringing a Pelter. And they
I've
didn't.
seen Pelta's work. Nathan ran that 8-ship Riken thing. The problem with 8-ship, because he ran it at Gen Con, do you run 8 MSU ships
sounds
for 4 rounds?
exhausting.
I
That
run
sounds-
6, and I end up wiped by the 4th round of a tournament.
Well, you also have a pile of squads, like a literal.
I'm
pile.
an idiot. I'm aware.
You said it, not me.
Yeah, I'm not denying that. Peltas get work done. You just need to. The Pelta, like the Interdictor, they were both wave 5, weren't they?
No,
the
Interdictor was 4, Pelta was 5, across from the Arquitens.
What was my 4? Liberty?
Liberty.
Liberty. Yeah, okay.
Because 3 was
They're
the floats.
both wacky shenanigans with the fleet commands, and the fleet commands are fun. They're not bad.
I think
but
fleet commands have become an Imperial thing because
Yeah.
no one takes the Pelter, so you've got to pay that 50-point Pelter tax. Whereas
shout out to Ricky P and several other people in Britain who take a Pelta.
Okay,
because
I've
I've seen that work, and it's insane.
I mean, I'm not going to sue you that they're excellent players. I just know every time I've taken a Pelter, it's been 56 points of dead weight. And I know Ansley is going to come here and yell at me for saying this, but the fact is for Imperials, you can either take a 112-point Simoon, or you can take a 4-point upgrade and then do all kinds of shenanigans. Yes, it has to go on a Star Destroyer, and yes, it's a 120 point if it's not an ISD-2, but the fact is, it's still a Star Destroyer that does a whole bunch of crap.
Chimera. I'm not going to say Chimera is the best title in the game. That is a hotly contested. You got Defiance,
Ammunition.
Ammunition in a
Yavaris.
heartbeat.
Yavaris, Demolisher.
Yavaris, Home One.
I would argue Home One is on the list. Profundity has to be on the list. But Chimera is definitely one of the most powerful titles. When I was flying Thrawn LMSU, a lot of the reason it worked was Chimera was in the background. Oh, Do I want to just run away from my problems? Entrapment formation. Everybody get out of here. Oh, look, I need to make sure my dice don't fail me again. Intensify firepower, please. It's such an incredibly good title, and I'm putting it on a ship. I'm taking it anyway.
Yeah,
which for Rebels makes it even worse.
I mean, the fact that you have to put it on Pelta, but, like...
I'm firmly convinced that, like, all due respect to Comatose, fantastic player. I'm convinced the only reason his double Pelta, like, Voltron ISD thing works. A, B-Wings.
Because B-Wing FCT, he will get... I think he put Nick Griffiths' ISD in the ground at Gen Con.
On turn 2?
Turn 2 on the price turn. Because two FCT Peltas and Yavaris with Kian Farlander and 10 and blah, 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 blah. Pip, 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 dead.
Crunch, 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 crunch.
It just eats your stuff.
But I firmly believe that list only works. That list works because of Comatose, not because of the Peltas.
I mean,
I'm going to agree with Jamie. The Pelta is...
No, it's not good.
It's the weakest Rebel ship, and it's FFG tried to be conservative with the fleet commands.
Yes.
And
Same
that's
way
why...
live with the interdictor.
And it's why only the Saimu natively has it on the Imperial side. But frankly, I would pay 8 points for Chimera. It is such a powerful title.
The thing with the Pelta is everyone's always like, I want a Rebel Quasar because TV show, which that's not a reason to get something.
No.
That's not I saw it on the TV is not why I get a thing.
But didn't Imperials like have MC-80 flags,
Yeah.
pleasure cruisers?
Yeah.
Tarkin is in there, right?
Yeah, that's fine. The Pelta, you can get work done with a boosted comms squad pusher Pelta.
But it's never going to be as flexible and as effective as the Pelta. And not the Pelta, as the
Quasar.
The Quasar is a cheaper hull, right?
Yes.
Quasar, Pelta start at 56. Quasar start at 54.
No.
The carrier
Peltas start at
Peltas-
60, unless you're not playing squads, in which then they start at 56. But, I
Yeah,
mean,
the
the other
squad
problem,
runs
too,
60.
with the... I mean, I know Schmitty ran Sato with the 4 hammerheads and...
Pelta.
No, what's the... Shields to max. I've done it. It's not bad. Your hammerheads still die, because they're
They're
hammerheads.
irritatingly hard to kill. I gotta hit him twice.
Did
on
you
my
take
IC.
Task Antilles with that?
He did. I didn't when I ran it, let's say a week and a half ago. And, I mean, shields to maxing and regenerating with projection experts is very fun. I don't think it's really great. The problem is, much like the reason Constantine is bad is because control effects are bad for this game.
They're bad for most games.
I mean, I'm sure there's a large subset of the people in this stream who are listening to me talk who played Magic, and you know what everyone hates? Blue decks. Because Blue decks. And, it's Constantine is the Blue deck of Magic in Armada.
Well, theoretically, it would be if he were.
No. If he was good, would you see any other commander? Let's say Constantine was good enough. I don't even want to be like, how do we make Constantine work? Because I don't care about the exercise.
Let's hand wave him to being
It's
good.
not even worth my time. If he was good and all he did was just slowed speeds and everything, you would never see another Admiral because all he would do
Keep something in your front arc and bam, 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 dead. Bam,
yeah,
bam,
it's
bam,
control.
dead.
It's a control effect, and he's really good against squadron lists. Weirdly, because you speed up Yavaris or whatever, but then you're playing Constantine, which you shouldn't be playing Constantine. I'm sorry.
How many points is he? I don't remember.
It doesn't matter. He could be free, and you'd probably still be better off with Ozzy.
You say that because you're around Eric too much.
I say that because I've seen what Ozzy can do, man. I've seen things. Like,
You can hear the shell shock in his voice, ladies and gentlemen. Would you like to tell us about it?
there's been every now and then, I think last year, right about this time, we went to Indianapolis and we met people who were like, "Man, Raiders aren't good," and Jack and I just sat and I was like, or it might have been Nick, was just like, "No, man, no, I've seen some things," and the Raiders, I've been tabled by fleets of Raiders. It's
Was that with or without Leia?
it doesn't even matter. Way back when.
You were the one that decided to live in the same city as the Raider King.
To be fair, yeah, I don't have a response to that. Yeah.
So Tarkin. So some people on Discord have been talking about Tarkin. So what do we think about Tarkin?
He's fine.
I feel he's still overpriced. He still suffers from
still
massive
overpriced.
wave 1 syndrome, which is what I feel then has impacted on Leia, because I feel like
the
everyone
Assault Frigate
said...
has Wave 1 syndrome, the Glad has Wave 1
Tarkin
syndrome.
got...
Well, the Glad still survives to demo.
Yeah, but it's that and PT-106, and that's it. Yeah. Hi, Paul.
Hi, Paul. Tarkin is not... Okay, Constantine is bad. Like, Constantine is not workable, and when you win games with Constantine, you've won in spite of Constantine.
Yeah. I've never heard of anyone winning with him.
Yes. He's... Like, I'm sure someone's going to talk...
Tarkin's problem is that he's suboptimal.
That's the best way to describe it.
Like,
I've seen... Yes, he's 38 points. I've seen, like, Tarkin fleets do really well.
And they're entertaining to fly. The problem is it's a lot of mental work to keep everything organized, and it's this relatively straightforward gimmick. If the man was, I don't know, let's start at 30 points, you'd see play. Like
Kirk, I assume that's you asking this about us. How much stuff from Wave 1 is actually on the curve of good? I assume good or like well there.
Are we asking good or bows? Because there's a difference. Yavaris, Themo, obviously, like I don't even have to.
CR90s are all right.
CR90s are great.
No, they're great. I'm thinking just in terms of
Nebs.
Too good for their point cost.
Nebs still suffer just from Yavaris syndrome, and you can't really do anything to change them dramatically because you run the risk of making Yavaris much better, unless you do it through a title.
The problem with Nebs is...
Well, they also have the dice control problem that is pretty endemic to Rebels.
That is, yeah, like, and...
Like, that is, in my opinion, the Assault Frigate's Achilles heel. If I could spend 5 points, let's say, hand wave, 5 points on an offensive retrofit, my Turbo Laser becomes an ion slot. Done. Sold.
Nah, I wouldn't do it.
On an Akbar list? Are you telling me you wouldn't do that? Well,
you only got one blue list.
What?
You only got one blue shot anyway.
Yeah, you really only have one blue. It's a problem.
And you have
decaps, yeah, and decaps aren't worth it on that thing. Like, it's one blue. I mean, I know Rasp ran it at Nebraska. Let's say Nebraska regionals. And he had
Something
it.
like that.
Yeah, and he did well with it, but he was also running a weird Paragon thing. I think he might have been running Maydeen, but Rasp is also Rasp.
Paragon? Where would you run Paragon? You
shouldn't run Paragon.
I mean, I know somebody who's planning to do Paragon stuff with Medine for the near future, but it's very much, it's a gimmick. You're bringing it because you think it's cool and you want to have fun. You're not worried about winning to win. I don't know. I think you bring Tarkin's point cost down and you see him a lot more, with or without Sovereign. I think Sovereign was a valiant attempt on FFG's part, but again, I got to bring NISD to use him, and I'm giving up Chimera and Avenger to do it. Not that I fly Avenger terribly often, but like empirically speaking, it's amazing. Let me just turn off your defense tokens.
I faced
Wave 6.
What did I face? There was... That 75 first round had it? No. Would I play second round? Valka had it, but... Yeah. My second round and my...
running ABT.
Probably, yeah. My second round and my fourth round both had ABTs, which is delightful on Hammerheads because it's just like... Alright, cool. You have a front arc shot from your ISD and I'm going to die? Yeah, okay. I expected
I'm going to die some more.
I expected as much. That's certainly what happens. The problem right now with all the admirals is that MSU is suffering. MSU is suffering very badly. You have your holdouts, Ard, me, Eric, Nathan at times, but with larges as good as they are, with Price
as
and
efficient
Stratad,
as they are, yeah.
with Price and Stratad, and Bale, he is fine. I don't think he's the same level of crazy bananas good as Price and Stratad.
We had this conversation yesterday.
Yeah, we had this conversation last night, yeah.
The trouble with Bale is that Bale you can outplay.
Yeah.
Price, you rely on your opponent getting it wrong. Price is much harder to outplay.
If CJ had picked not turn 2 for that Price turn, I would have been very much more in trouble. Second round.
Turn 3? You should have picked turn 3.
No, not even that, because he was still slow rolling. We did not engage until turn 5, really. Turn 4, turn 5.
Mm-hmm.
Turn 4, he came in, There was no shot. It was like piddly. And it was just me throwing everything in the kitchen sink at him.
Yep, and then you 6-5 and you ended up taking on me.
Yep.
And more kitchen sinks were thrown.
Not enough kitchen sinks.
We reached down. You did not throw enough. I threw enough.
Yeah.
I reached into the kitchen sink. I pulled out the disposal. I was pulling up the floorboards to get more pipes to throw at you.
Yeah.
God, I thought you had me literally every moment of that game until turn 6. Leia moved, and I saw that Home One still had her shot, and I was just like, oh my God, I might win. Oh my God.
Oh, if those Wings would roll one more stupid hit.
South Dakota did her job. got the bejesus beat out of her. For those who did not waste their childhoods learning military history, my list is named after. Look up the Second Naval Battle of Guadalcanal. It's an entertaining story. But the long and the short of it is, every game but my game against Michael, my MC-75 spent the whole game getting the tar kicked out of it, and Home One just kind of sat in the background like, I'm here, I'm relevant, I have defensive options. What do you mean you're not shooting at me?
So you're gonna see a lot of you're gonna see a lot of larges everywhere, and that's put Mothma and Kraken really in the ground, because the assault frigate is not a ship you can count on. Like, it's 3 red dice is good, but 3 red dice is 6 hits, 3 red dice is 0 hits, and you have, yes, statistically you should get this and this and this, and I'm sure we all have confirmation bias of remembering the bad rolls over the good ones.
But like, counterpoint, I was flying Akbar today. I had 1 shot from my MC-75, long range, rolled 5 reds. I got 4 blanks and an accuracy. Home One, game 1, never had a roll after leading shots that was not 2 blank reds.
Yes.
It was just like, I brought 38 points of not being an illegal list.
Yeah. Well, when I ran Akbar at Worlds, my entire what was it? The strategy for all 3 ships and flotilla. Not that you should follow my advice. Like, I liked my build. I fear it in 2-ship now, but I may try at some point. We'll see. Was leading shots and early warning and ECM on the assault frigate, assault 80. Admo ordnance experts on the 30, and ECM and Kaiken and Sholin on the assault frigate. Everything had reroll capability, because without the ability to reroll your dice and fix some of those bad matchups, like, you're at the mercy of your dice. And more props to, I think Irish Mad Cat ran 2 assault frigates with just gunnery team today, which props to him. I do not have the stones to do that.
I don't trust.
And
I'm well aware.
I'm well aware I'm the idiot running hammerheads without ordnance experts, but Leia's kind of dice fixy enough, and
you had one after your Confire token effects. You had like 1 or 2 blanks our entire game, and there was a fair amount of shooting on your part too.
No, I have other upgrades that needed points.
It's a Y-wing.
What?
It's a Y-wing.
No, I need that Y-wing. I need 10 squads. I can not push 10 squads any day. I'll be fine. I'm very much not a role model, kids. The trick with Leia, you have to make all the commands worth it. Engineering, generally not, because
you're a small, you're just gonna explode.
I mean, sometimes it's a terrible crit, you gotta do it, and it's great. Like, blinded gunners, or,
depowered armament on the CR-90.
Something like that, yes. Yeah. Yes, where it screws you. But
but it's just not efficient compared to a concentrate, even a concentrate fire.
The concentrate fire, the squadron, is very nice, but it's you need to know exactly what you're doing with Leia. If anyone's dumb enough to be like, I want to play Leia because Jaws sounds cool, I'm not. Don't listen to me. Leia works for me because I'm insane.
We're gonna go back to that whole drunken master kung fu analogy. I don't make it lightly, like.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a battleship advocate. I always have been, and I would like to pick up Imperial MSU. I don't, because it's suicide right now in this meta. Like, I have to bring it for fun, and I have to bring it knowing I'm gonna lose every game I put it on the table. And then I look at John's Leia MSU, and I'm
qu-
just like, you know, that is sane in comparison.
I'm gonna quote Jake the dog and say, you know, sucking at something is the first step towards getting better at something. That is not me advocating you running Imperial MSU. Please do not run Imperial MSU. You will be shot and killed repeatedly, and all you will learn is that you hate the dice fixing that you see across the table from you. Akbar,
H9 QTC Simon,
Akbar, and Vader, and any legitimate Architens that has dice fixing. There's every list.
Well, we're trying to not influence the game, you jerks.
Yeah. Imp MSU. I wish MSU was better. That is not to say it's bad if you're very stupid and continue to play it, like yours truly. But you know, it's.
But
You need to know what you're doing with it, and you need to accept. Like right now, most kitted out ISDs and 80s and 75s will delete a small.
I did it against you. I did it. I didn't do it in either my first or my second game because I didn't face any smalls. That's not true. There were smalls in my first game, and home one couldn't find an accuracy. I don't want to think about how many dice later. That's just no. We're not talking about that.
Yeah. Yeah. So MSU is the thing about MSU. As hard as it is, it's so incredibly rewarding to do it. Like I have 6 activations with Leia, and I did not have to cut points significantly to
We're going
get
into
that.
3 guys. For those following along at home, because the other color commentators in here won't stop whining about the color commentary, but we are now moving into round 3.
Yeah, you
Well,
really.
we talked about the game at the start. We ran over your lists. We are now on turn 3, which is the price turn, correct, Nick? So this is the turn where the price has to, or the Quasar has to go. No, it's the ISD. The ISD has to go last.
Wait, I think it was Final Countdown. Wait a minute, they can't actually sue me because I'm sure Europe has better heroin and cocaine to do.
Good lord. Alright.
Yeah.
Well,
The-
I find it very amusing, just from personal entertainment, that y'all both have the dark squadron indicators, and it's completely worthless because it's a Rebel Imperial game.
Dave was talking about it. I was trying to dissuade him because I thought the assault would be
He's a dark rebel. It's cooler that way. I really need to paint my squads, but painting ships is way... No, it's not that it's hard. It's that, like, time. Like, painting... I can paint ships, and they look amazing, and it's way faster and more fun. Like, dropping the Ninja Turtle hammerheads on the table, because I'm a doofus. Or dropping painted flotillas, my CR90 that's painted yellow. I'm very proud of that thing.
Can we? That's off the camera. For those who could not hear Nick, it's the second Thrawn Squadron dial of the game.
Thrawn's doing squadrons? What?
I mean, I don't know.
I did not believe.
Do you believe in miracles?
I believe in many things.
I don't know.
Actually, I was arguing with a girlfriend the other day about whether or not Miracle, or actually, Jamie, you're an American.
Yes, I am.
Yes.
He is now.
He's an American citizen. So, we're going to go with your unbiased opinion on... I'm guessing you don't really feel strongly either way about either of these two. No, I know you actually like football. Which is a more American movie? Remember the Titans starring Denzel Washington, or Miracle, about the 1980 U.S. men's hockey team that beat Russia?
I'm gonna have to go Denzel Washington, even though I've seen neither.
Oh.
Because you know what? We had an American hockey team,
Yeah.
and then it went to Winnipeg.
Yes.
And I was talking this with Philip, who's from Canada. For anyone who's listening from Canada, he didn't realize this, even though he sounds more English than I do. And
He does.
and it's like, yeah, Winnipeg. We don't even count that as a real city in Canada.
Yeah, that's fair.
So anything about ice hockey doesn't really register.
Yeah. I want to watch more hockey, but A, the Hawks are bad, and B, I far too busy doing other things. So
We had a hockey team, and then
and they
we
went to
didn't
Winnipeg.
care about them.
oh, they left, didn't they?
Yeah, they win at Winnipeg. They're now the Winnipeg Jets.
Oh, good for them, I guess. I suppose.
Well, we couldn't be bothered to go see them play. I actually went and saw
That's
the
fine.
Thrashers play a couple of times. So I actually enjoyed watching them. So I can actually say I'm jaded. We can't see the CR90 at the bottom.
We can't.
There's a CR90.
There's
There's a
a
CR90.
CR90.
There's a CR90 definitely at the bottom of the. Wait, I got it. Yeah.
Don't try and move that one. Trust me.
But I want to. I'm not allowed to move the camera. I'm not a cameraman. So I almost fall off my stool.
Are you sure you're sober? Are you a sober man?
I don't know, man. No, more down. You got to go down more. More. It's not there, dude. There it is. The problem is you're tucking the ISD out of it. No. Just go back to the ISD. You're more. Yeah, there you go. Stop. That's fine.
It's probably going to cut in this time.
Yeah, it's fine. It probably will, and we'll do about it then. So, yes. So. Yeah. So,
So we've got the generic tie is engaged by 2 A-wings. Merrick is engaged by...
You have black, you have these two, they are single arcs, and then this deal in the double arcs. But
Blue Range.
sure.
I think I need to go back to and try and get some squads list with the Donna. Either that or the profundity
Actually,
purple.
There's a very good Orpal. Yeah, don't give him drastic flashbacks. That's actually something worth discussing. Our squads do good.
As we watch a fleet that is primarily relying on it.
As we watch 2 fleets that are primarily relying on squads.
I don't know. The Zach bar is relatively squad heavy as Zach bar goes, but it's very much a defensive screen. It did bombing work in its game against me, but I had a VCX
one VCX.
Yeah, a singular VCX with no backup that spent the whole game doing its very best to be unobtrusive and out of the way. So I don't really know what you want me to tell you here.
For truthiness, TRCs were waived they came out with the MC30.
Yes, they did.
Oh.
Hey, see, this is from memory.
Yes. All right.
The kids haven't removed all the memory cells yet.
Don't worry, they're working on it. Yes.
And just so you know, the geometry is a little bit behind real time, so I had it before truthiness told me.
Yes, he did. No, stick where you are. I pulled up Truthiness's regionals data project, which props to him. I appreciate him collecting all this stuff. The reason I think our squads are too good, just based on what he has here, of the total people, so a quarter of them are running squadless. 27%, which is let's say a quarter, are running 121 to 134, which is really max squads. And your winners. No, sorry, he's gonna yell at me about this. So your top 10%. Top 10%, top quarter of the 134 squadrons. 36% of the people who bring 134 squadrons make top 10%. 44% of the people, so roughly about half the time, if you bring 134 squadrons, you will make top 10%. And that's very not good. You can, Truth won Nova with a squadless Radis, and it was, I admire that list. Like, I'm not going to run Radis, but I admire the chutzpah behind it.
It's fast as hell.
I think it's 2 floats, 3 CR90s with engine techs.
And TRCs.
Yeah, well, they come without them. And a lib drop. And
the whole Kaken Sholin, HIE, quad battery, that whole shenanigans.
Yeah. It's fast, and it's mean, and it's good.
He also had a strategic advisor on it, which is big.
He's run it before. He might have taken the strategic advisor out for Intel officer.
He played me at Nova as strategic advisor.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Oh.
he's the only guy that beat me. Yeah, he got.
We're not told you about
Truth, we got your opponent here.
Truth is a great guy. He
Yeah.
has a great list, and I think not against me in my matchup, because I have 5 on 7.
It was a
It
waste.
doesn't matter, but in a 7 on a 6, it's a huge deal because he can wait you out, move in, double arc, and keep rolling.
No, I mean JJ did it. JJ did it too at
I think there's
Gen
so
Con.
much to be said for having that 7th activation in an all ship on all ship fight.
Yes.
And also another interesting thing I think Truth did in our game that's smart and not something you commonly see is he dropped on me turn 0. Because I had A-wings, I had 6 A-wings that were going to surround his only potential drop source.
Yes.
And so he knew he has to drop now before I even get to move. And that's a really smart play on his part, and most people don't think about that.
There was a list at Worlds. I don't remember who it is, and I'm sorry, but
They did decently well on their day. I don't remember who it was either, but they were doing the same thing. That was their whole shtick. Is they'd be Radis. They would had a bid for second player. And against another Radis list, they'd be like, all right,
are you dropping
round 1?
Yeah,
and they'd be like, why are you doing this? No, of course not. And then be like, all right, here's my Liberty. Thunk.
No, but he would drop round 1 when Radis was like speed 3 running at him. There was no avoiding the Liberty that took Radis out.
Yeah, if you're...
Oh yeah, no,
that's
and
an interesting. So he's preemptively dropping on the Radis target.
Yeah.
On turn 1.
Yes, and it was beautiful to watch. And it's
because it's you're setting up with that CR90. You're setting up with that with the CR90 that's carrying Radis for that MC75. Then it's just like that is 150 points that will not touch the table. Now, let's not knock over the
we're about
laptop.
him 2-2.
I'm gonna go back.
People should be
I just want to
ashamed.
throw that out
Wait,
there.
no, did I go 2-2? I went.
Yeah, we did.
No, I went 3-1.
Do you 3-1?
Because I got that win against Valka. I got
You beat CJ.
3-1.
I beat you.
Not 2-2.
I don't know how your last game went.
And
your first game was the
9-2'd
Fire
Steven.
Lanes debacle.
Yeah.
Hi, Roy. How are you
He owed
doing?
me, so don't matter.
Yeah. Please stop giving me fire lanes.
Yes.
Spoiler, ladies and gentlemen.
Spoiler,
if you see
please give me
multiple
fire
strategic on
lanes.
the other side of the
No
table.
seconds.
Did you see me look at you weird when you were to the left of me in the very last one?
Did I what? Sorry.
Did you see me look at you weird when you were to the left of me in the very last one?
I saw you to the left of me. What did?
I looked at you weird.
Yeah.
The guy said fire lanes. I looked at his squadron. I looked at George. I did this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He didn't have a strategic squadron, and you did.
What's your red
I was
mission?
like,
Precision
excuse
strike?
me? What?
What's my what?
Red mission, precision strike?
Yeah. And Roy should have taken precision strike against me round 1 because
so we actually had Roy was up against Dave, who is our Sato player.
yes. Just talking about why you didn't take precision strike because he had a bad game with precision strike yesterday, and so he gave me fire lanes. And
that's harder.
I realize I'm giving away if I'm dumb enough to take this to Worlds, which, spoiler, I'm probably dumb enough to take this to Worlds.
Even if it's an
Anyone
SSD?
who's gonna watch
I
this,
should've gone
anyone
second.
nerdy enough in Armada to watch this stream knows not to take fire lanes versus street team.
Well,
I
would hope that
I know
I would
never
hope
to
that
take
Roy
that,
would.
and I got
now
what,
know
like middle of the
I
road
must
here
go
tonight.
second.
I mean, not necessarily. Precision strike really wouldn't have been bad for you because if you
You gotta get in hull.
yeah,
And
you gotta
I
hit
don't have
hull.
any ships that you can't get too many cards off of some ships.
Right, and the reason precision strike is in there is because I have bombers, and it's like a slight deterrent. Like, realistically, I should not be spending the.
Yeah, if you're spinning those to flip cards, you're not putting hull damage unless it's a structural.
Yes,
Unless you know there's a structural, that's the only reason why you should be flipping cards.
which you really shouldn't
Which
be.
I only have like CR90s for most of my list, so
Yeah.
I mean the only reason why to flip one is because you have 3 cards and you know one of them's a structural.
Yes, and it's so. But I played two fire lanes games, and yeah, that
Cleaned
was
up.
helpful. Yeah, and yeah.
Still came back after a little submarined a little too hard. No dude to start with.
So squads, the fact that basically a quarter of the people get top half by bringing squads is. I'm not ecstatic about that. The squads are very important, and they make Star Wars a Star War. Here goes the Star War. But especially with Yavaris, especially with Regan, which he's not being seen. He's still good, and if you're phenomenal players who bring him, because why wouldn't you? He's still very good, and you're still very much going to.
Got to build around him. That's
Yes.
pretty much what you're doing.
I mean, you can still take Yavaris, Regan, Aces, all sorts of the places.
Or just drop it and make it to Donna.
It depends on the list.
I mean, that varies list to list.
Shout out to JJ and that MC75 Ruthless combo. That was horrifying and amazing. Yeah. So, Ord Porks, kids, they are actually get work done. Weirdly.
Well, when you're ruthlessing, that's a minimum of 2 damage on the target, and then you're rolling some dice too. So like, you're either scattering that away, or maybe you're blanking out on one of the shots. But odds are, by the time you're through a whole arc, you've landed a lot of damage on a ball.
Yeah. So squadrons are really good, and I don't know how you make them better. I really like Eric's suggestion of squad upgrades, or instead of Luke as his own thing, it's just like the Luke upgrade. As I reference my own blog, because that's how cool of a guy I am. Oh, I'm such a terrible monster nerd. I write a blog, blah, blah, blah. No one cares.
I mean, how many of the people? Well, there was somebody here who told you that the only reason he got into this game was
No,
your
a lot of
blog.
people. It was nice today getting a lot of people being like, "Oh, I got in because you and Eric write that blog." So I'm sure Eric is not paying attention to this. He's taking care of his son like a good father. Shout out, the kid is pretty adorable. Hashtag shout out. I hate me.
And here we are.
You were talking about before, was that just today, or was that from multiple regionals?
What, the squad data?
Yeah.
Multiple
All
regions.
the regionals this season. for
What
sure.
I'm curious about, it seems like squads are all or nothing. Is that
Yeah.
basically what the data shows? You either bring none or you bring basically 134.
Half your people are 134 or nothing, and the other half are running something weird. I mean, Matt ran, what's that, 15 points for yours with his 1 VCX for when people take Intel Sweep or capture the VIP against him.
Which you managed to flip it on me, but you also had multiple strategic and FCT and.
Yes, my list is built for farming my own crap, so...
But then
Which
you
is
got
why I
removed.
took second.
I did... I'm gonna blame that on my own poor play then, not on the... Like, Matt beat me, and I'm not gonna be like, oh, Matt outdiced me and blah, blah. No, like, come on. Like, I'm not that guy. B, Matt, Matt's a solid dude. I'm not gonna be like, oh, Matt's not that good. I'm running out of GPs on the Discord to reference him by.
And whose fault is that?
Yeah, I kinda ran out of-
Probably mine.
I just stole with Georgia Peach. It works well.
Yep. Yeah. So, it's... Like, it's... I admit my list is very weird, but it works for me. And, like, because their squads are so zero or nothing, like, you'll see people with, like, Sato, you get your weird, like, medium balls. Sato, you're so fun and weird. Sato's great with, like, Han and Ketsu and, like, Hera and these weird squads that you're like, I want to take this guy, but he's probably overcosted, and Sato will make it, like, weird, janky fun.
What's
Sato's
overcosted?
Hera, Han.
Okay, so Han
Probably
I'll give
Boba
you is
Fett.
overcosted and works with Sato because that you have that round one. I don't have a squadron command, but I need to paint that target now. Hera, my problem with Hera,
Hera's
she
very
suffers the
good.
Morna and IG-88 problem that she's got a single defense token, and all
Still
right,
hard to kill with that 8 hole.
she's hard to
Hera's
kill.
very good. I like Hera a lot. The problem with my Leia list is I cannot fit a 28-point squadron in there.
I was gonna say, there's that. She's
And you also got enough, when you push the squadron command, you're pushing out enough activations
she's
for that
a
many
the
ships.
very weird thing is, that's what I like about the dumb Leia list, is the simple fact that, like, I really don't have 2 carriers. I have 5 and occasionally 6 when Leia's a carrier, and those are always
say,
weird.
like the
Those are very
CR90
weird turns.
I'm gonna say the CR90 was a carrier turn 6 of our game because you needed to kill the MC75. And
It was same on turn 6 against Valka, because it's like I can, with Leia or like any of that, it's like I can add 1 with a Confire, or I add 2 from Y-Wings. And the answer is 2 from Y-Wings.
Yep. Well, if you get lucky, 4.
Yeah.
Oh, entirely. And the Hera's good. My problem with
Hera
her,
did win Worlds last year. It was Hera. It was Hera, not Nathan Kota's natural ability. Holy crap. Nathan's gonna
but
kill me.
my issue with her is she's a 5th of your squadron points, flat out. She's just like I am literally 1 point in 5 of your allotment. You have to get your worth out of me.
But
so.
she's hard to kill.
No, she's hard to kill. And the thing I like about Hera is the price of squadrons. Because, like, you just go last with it. Like, I've activated all my squadrons. That's cool.
Hey,
Wedge, Judge, and Hera are still alive. And you just pound your way through it. Yik
There's
and
6 blue dice.
Yik stormed through the friggin' FFG regional with Hera, Gold, Nim, Dutch. Let me pull up the list because I have it. Because this was horrifying. With the I believe I've heard this called the Coward Radis. CR90B, 2 GRs. That's not calling Yick a coward. It's calling this list a coward because I've seen several people run it. So I'm not insulting Yick.
Right?
Engine no. It was Radis on a CR90 Tantive B, 8R boosted comms GR, Torn Bright Hope GR, Hera Dash Nim 10 Dutch Rogue Gold. So
That's
all in
a very
all,
weird ball.
it's 5 aces that kill squads really well, and if you didn't bring squads, Nim and Gold go to town on your big ship.
Yup.
The Liberty is the Star Cruiser, Kaiken and Sholin, and with HIEs and weirdly medical team. Like that's not weird. I've debated yet medical team myself because it's not bad if I have a point.
Right?
It's a point. It's a point, and it may help you. It slightly hurts Dodonna in that he can't choose a crew one because for your crit, but like
So what crew ones are we talking about?
the crew
Injured crew, anything. So injured.
I was trying to think about which one. I know it's like which ones are the injured crew ones.
I don't know.
Crew is the one where you can't ready defense token.
No,
you
but like
discarded
there's like
token.
specific damage deck, and mine's all the way over there, far away from the stream. So here
So
we are.
is mine.
Yep. So
I'm
it's
not
the ones that
going
say
that
crew
far.
on them.
Sorry, guys.
The math works out. It's like 1 in 8, I think. 1 in 4. You're
at
not gonna
least
get
1 in 8
everything,
pushing higher.
but you'll get some things.
It's a point, and it's a slot. If you weren't taking engine techs or FCT, if you didn't have a plan for that slot, nothing's going to go in it.
Yeah. And Paul's playing Constantine and Vassal. Poor Paul. Win in spite of him, Paul. I don't believe in you. I'm sorry. Constantine's a garbage admiral for garbage. This is fine. So. Yeah,
I feel this is drifting further and further away from Michael.
I'm not paying attention. What's he got? He's lost 3 squads. Nick's lost 2.
He's lost Tycho.
And trouble is, Nick is now moving away from him. And it's a cut game. It's not like he's aiming for
points.
It's points. It's get enough and win. Get one and win.
Yeah. I mean, the squads with that Squall, etc. over there, that's... Oh, and with Morna, too. Yeah, that's a possibility. Just Morna
He's been
Merrick.
doing his best, and the CR90s have been contributing, too. Just, here's a blue, here's a blue, here's a blue.
You got to.
Eventually, we're going to bring you down.
You kind of have to, otherwise you're in trouble. And... Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know how you fix squads. Like, that's a whole new... Like, just to make it where...
That is a 2.0 discussion.
It's a 2.0 discussion, but, like, I'd like SFC, MFC, LFC to be worth taking. I rewrote the SFC and the small fighter coverage article, which is it's weird that I can create terms and name drop them. I'm sure a good portion of the listeners know what I'm talking about. John's talking squadrons again, blah, 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 blah. I'd like small fighter coverage balls to be viable, but your basic ties just get shot up and die. And,
Same with A-Wings.
Yeah, but A-Wings can counter too, and because they're speed 5 and a black dice. Yeah.
You can decide to engine tech after you
Yeah,
move,
engine
right?
tech is the second move. You finish one move and then you decide to engine tech.
Don't you have to say you're going to spend the token before you do that?
I thought you spend the 10. I thought you do the token when you engine. If I know that, I just spent the token when I was engine tech. Or before I engine. Because I was planning on engine tech anyway.
Rules dispute.
I thought you had to do it.
I'm gonna take it. Yes.
When do you spend the token and that good stuff?
Be right back. I'm gonna go do a thing. Matt, take over. Start blabbing about what you feel about squadrons.
I don't know. I mean, part of the reason I stopped chit-chatting for a while here is, A, I wanted to catch up on the game.
Okay, because I was
Fun.
one of the questions that you have to know if you're going to be using tokens before you're moving.
We're having a dispute over how one engine techs, but my feeling on squadrons is I'd like small fighter coverage to be viable. I'd like medium to be viable. I'm not entirely sure how you do that without making it, especially, something's always going to be obsolete. That's the problem, is you can't perfectly balance this. If you've got a small coverage setup that can actually hold off a large setup, why not go medium and like actually win something? But then how does that large setup player who brought 100 points, 130 points in squads feel about the fact that 40 of them are giving him fits. That's my issue with it.
What do you mean by 40 versus 134 giving fits?
So, like, one thing I see fairly frequently is people say, I want to be able to bring a light screen to hold off things like two-ship. And my opinion on that is...
It's fighter control team. It's that extra blue dice combined with Howl and the free reroll, which is like Imperial say, you have Torin. Torin's broken. Yes,
I mean,
you have
we come roaring in with an alpha strike and we just kill crap. Like, I've seen Saber roll up and one-shot Y-Wings. Like, is it common? Of course not. But if I bring 40 points of hand wave some ball of ties that has somehow 40 points, 5 ties. Here, let's just do 5 ties, and I can hold up Nick's ball of 130 points of pain, hatred, death, and destruction. Why should he ever bring that? Why is he not wasting 90-something points? I'm talking about why that if you make small fighter coverage too good, large kind of gets just pushed out the airlock. And I think for like a straight up defensive screen, Michael's list is as small as you can go. He's got some A-wings, and they're really prickly to deal with. They've been laying the pain back into Nick's squadrons. I know y'all on the stream probably don't have a great way to keep track of how much damage Nick's various squads are taking, but Morna's not happy. Merrick is not happy. But that's because he's got the A-wings providing counter. He's got Torin back there giving him a little bit extra, that little bit of something they need, because even blues can fail you, especially when it's a fighter. Blue 50% of the time, it misses every time. And then he's got the two angry frisbees well, if you didn't bring squadrons, they're going to go nuts is what's going to happen. And if you did bring squadrons now, that's 2 squads he doesn't have to worry about. They're big, they're mean, they're fast, they hit hard, and they can pick off things on the edge. Which is why when Nick went in, that's what he dropped on. He dropped on the frisbees. That's where Mauler went. That's where Dengar went. Smack, smack, smack. Let's not deal with the angry frisbees.
You're still talking about the smallest you can go being basically 100 points, because it's 97 points worth of squadrons that Mike brought. You're still talking the same scenario where it's practically go big or go none.
And I know that, and I think it's unfortunate. But if you go smaller, you have to make the points back. If you go smaller, you have to assume that you hit a big ball, and you're going to get wiped. You're going to hit a Sloan list someday, and Sloan's going to be like, that's cute. The Imperial side fields, I'm going to kill half of your ball in one turn if I roll badly.
The problem with Sloan is, I think Jamie said it, it's always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Like, Sloan...
Thank God for it.
Yeah. Sloan doesn't win tournaments, she just ensures you don't win tournaments.
Accurate. The only Sloan...
Matt, you need to rule. Yep. Sorry, Matt's going as the TO second over there to rule a thing.
What are we looking at?
So, yeah, Sloan aces are frightening monsters, and I've faced them my final game against Steven, and Steven knows what he's doing with them.
He's done this a lot.
Yeah, my first 2 Y-Wings did literally nothing but Dengar, comma, stupid, not torn far, working right. Couldn't even get him to spend a scatter. Like, it was just like, no, here's a crit and an accuracy, reroll into crit.
But to roll back to, like, how do you make small squadron balls, I think you have to find a way to make them make their points back. And I don't, like,
You just get overwhelmed. The thing is, like, particularly when
you can do it with Tycho Shara, and points.
How much of that is Shara?
How much of that is Shara? How much of that is, like, I know Truth has done it. I know several other people that have done it. I just know because Truth has told me about his crazy list.
Things like strategic balls, where, like, the thing that Gengapo and some of the other Brits were playing with for a while, where it was like 3 lambdas and ballin'.
Yeah.
Or 2 lambdas, black, and a jump. Where, yes, I know I'm going to die, but it's going to take you 2-ish turns to catch me and kill me. And then, in that time, I've won intel sweep. I've set up fire lanes so you can't win fire lanes. Or I'm hiding behind with sensor net and just being just a selfish jerk and keeping them all to yourself.
I mean, yeah, that could work. But if you go first, then
I mean, I'm both
they don't
drunk.
do hardly anything.
I mean, we're both drunk.
I was thinking about
I'm
those
drunk.
two.
Oh, they are trashed.
Out there. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're not driving home tonight. They're
Not
gonna
us.
crash at my. Well, Philip's already crashing at my house, but.
Roy and Philip, or no, not Roy. It's Dave. Dave and
Dave,
Philip.
So,
For those who have no idea what we're talking about, our representative from Team Canada was playing our Sato representative. I have no idea how the game went, but I can see
beers.
an empty beer bottle, a beer can I assume is empty, a beer can I know is empty, and a half-empty beer bottle. So
What time is Vortex open until? Midnight?
they're a bar at least midnight.
Okay, that's fine.
Here, 11 normally, but we're staying open late for this.
No, Vortex, not here.
Oh,
Yes.
I
No
have,
offense.
I have no doubt we're fine. It's a bar.
It's a
If
bar on
not-
Saturday night on Super Bowl.
Oh, they're gonna be. It's gonna be busy tonight, but you know.
Yeah.
If they're closed, we can find something. I'm sure.
You can always go to the diner.
Don't mind diner food.
Yeah, the diner's really cool.
I had breakfast and a shot of Malort and then coffee
Yeah,
like
but
an idiot.
I also live down.
Malort.
Like it's a 10-minute drive.
Like a
from where
car
I live.
crash come to life.
Oh
It's
my
terrible.
God,
We made Matt try the Malort. It was awful. If anybody else would
Last
like
call
to try.
for food's 1 in the morning.
Oh, that's fine. We're good.
We'll be fine. It's only 10:30.
10:30.
Yeah, I figured even if they play for another hour, half an hour to get downtown, we got an hour.
Yeah, that's fine. And like we're gonna order, and then like we're not ordering like dessert and other crap.
I just don't think that MCU is going to be able to catch the Quasar. That's what it needs to do.
Don't know.
We'll see.
It's a squad fight.
Oh God.
Wait,
So-
what?
The CR-90's falling apart.
Yeah.
Literally.
Crumbling under the pressure.
Well, I mean, in the defense of Michael's fleet, like, not only are the players falling apart here, ladies and gentlemen, the ships are. Last game, I don't know if anybody noticed, round 5 or so, one of his YT-2400s just literally fell apart and refused to go back together. My MC-80 fell off its stand and just kind of rolled across the table, just like, I'm done, I give up, let me go home. So, a dead shield dial is completely unsurprising to me.
Yes. So squadrons, you gotta like. There's a lot of squadron stuff now that it's just gone back to heavy hull because I will say the stupid Leia list against Mike Comatose first round of Gen Con, like Tenum, he fires into your Y-wings and he does rerolls and he did like 2 damage.
Right.
That's
but
cute.
But I've still got 6 hull.
I've still got 4 more hull and the other Y-wings are slightly inconvenienced that they're down 1 point.
Well, there's a space station on the way.
Yeah,
It was the same reason I ran Sloan Defenders is, oh, you roll an accuracy. Well, I don't have a scatter to block. Oh, you brought 10. Cool.
Who did I?
Cool story.
Oh, that's right. I didn't actually face him.
I'm just gonna smash your face in.
I saw a guy running fire sprays earlier today.
There was at least 2
of them.
players. 2 players with fire sprays.
That
Ryan
was
was
the battle
taking
of the
them.
Ryans. Both Ryans had 2 fire
And
sprays.
also, so did Darren.
Oh yeah, well because Darren was running Commander Dave's list, the interdictor.
Oh, the Commander Dave had.
the Fleshy demo thing that I keep wanting to work into a list, and I keep not being able to fit. Especially because I don't feel comfortable bringing that as my only anti-squad tech. But
Bah, just don't need squadrons. Just ignore it. They'll go away.
No, they won't.
It's like mosquitoes.
I mean, I ran away from yours pretty effectively.
Yeah.
I was running Tycho Bay for a while, and it's just like, oh, look, Sloan. Oh, I give up. That's because we play Steven so much.
Yeah.
We're being
I
a very
mean,
resolute Sloan player.
oh, yeah.
Oh, it's starting to get chilly in here.
And
It
Steven,
was fine.
Steven's just been playing Sloan basically continuously since she came out. So you come up against him and you're like, oh, Sloan, like he's weak in this meta, blah blah blah. This meta is a meta of haymakers, and it's like, yes, that is all true. However, this is a guy who has kept playing Sloan through all of it. He can play around it. He will play around it, and I hope you have a better plan than, oh, it's Sloan. Because by the time you're done, it will be, oh, it's Sloan.
I was able to grit my way through a lot of it with the my Biggs is phenomenal, and Biggs was in there because I hate two-ship, and just like, bip, 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 and you're dead. No, I'm not. Allow me to retort. Like, Biggs is well worth his points if you bring some escorts with him.
Just bring Red Squadron. That was what
That's
was in
points.
Magnificent Seven.
Points is the problem.
It's a lot of points, but like frequently Luke is frankly expendable because you roll in with a Sloan Ball. All right, well I'm a brace and move some. I'm a brace and move some more. Oh look, all of your crap is activated. Hey Wedge, how do flight controllers sound? You see that? You see that tie ace? I don't want to see it no more.
Yeah, I've had some great rolls with Wedge at times. He's done phenomenally for me. And then you get those bad rolls, and you just hate yourself.
That's why Dave, our local Sato aficionado, he brought Wedge to a tournament once, and nobody on this is gonna believe me, but I swear to God, he had a game with Wedge. Wedge got his power every shot that game. Wedge never rolled anything other than an accuracy.
Ew.
He has sworn him off ever since.
I
Reasonably so, in my
understand.
opinion. Like, I know he's good. I know, like, that's just one example. But at the same time, it's like if you got burned four sets of 6 dice.
I've had those games where you just like.
So that's not even a smack. That's a
Pillows, the fluffiest of pillows.
that was a waste of time.
I've had those
Yeah,
rolls.
Dave's dice are cursed. Seems
Yeah,
like
Dave-
He rolled like, what, is it 3 dice damage on your last night? Of 9 dice?
Wolf.
Black dice?
It was 11 blues. He found 2 hits, and 8 blacks. He found like 1 hit crit. He was not having a good night, and Washington and South Dakota were just like, that's adorable. We're Akbar, ladies and gentlemen. Open fire.
I like Wedge, but those horrifying rolls are.
Horrifying.
Yeah.
Well, every now and again he rolls up to Whisper and is just like, snap, you're done.
I one-shotted Char at one point with Wedge. That was delightful.
And how much did Shard do back? 3?
Like 2. Didn't even matter.
Well, I mean, you can still price it if you
I did. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Squadrons are still really good, and I'm personally expecting top tables at Adepticon/Worlds to be Squadrons again, because
Unfortunately, as someone who refuses to play them.
why do you refuse to play them?
Okay, so
Let's talk about ourselves, because that's clearly what everyone wanted to hear more of.
so I don't bring Squadrons for a couple reasons. First reason, I find them fiddly.
I mean,
and-
I can't disagree with you.
Second
there were
reason-
several games where my hands were shaking. I was doing great.
My second issue with Squadrons, it goes back to like the way Jamie was talking about Riken. They don't engage me.
Okay.
It's
just you don't enjoy them.
especially rebel squads. Like, I understand. I respect Ten Num. I respect Luke Skywalker. Art, am I giving you flashbacks? You poor soul.
Well, with Mothma, he actually never had the problems.
No, it was the worlds he went to a couple years ago with Mothma. Luke, hit crit. Mothma, reroll, hit crit.
Oh.
And then Yavaris. So Luke, by himself, bagged 2 MC30s in 2 successive rounds.
Oh.
Rerolled all of it. Always stayed hit crit. He was mad. Sorry, Ard. No, like, Rebel Squadrons don't interest me. Like, I fully respect the power that they represent, but for Imperial Squadrons, I've got my favorites. I like... Jesus, Jamie, you got enough Titanicus there? We got a traitor in our midst, ladies and gentlemen.
Is that really how much that costs?
Yeah, but it's huge.
Okay. I've never gotten into... Nothing against G-Dub. I just never got into G-Dub.
That's 110.
Oh.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, GW prices to boot.
Crazy.
For Imperial squads, I've got
He's
my
serious though. He's not playing around. That's like,
I mean, he's British.
I've got a full painted army.
I mean, Jamie's British. Isn't, like, G-Dub naturally in your nerd blood?
I've been playing GW games since 1994.
He's been playing, ladies and gentlemen,
When I
he
was
has been
12.
playing GW games since
How old
before
were you
I
in
was
94?
born.
I was only 6, weirdly.
6?
No, 8 actually.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Oh, I'm not that. I'm not. You're not that much older than me. Weird.
36. It's the 4 children.
Yeah, it really.
It
is.
artificially ages you.
It really does.
I mean, you're losing your hair.
Jamie
but my
looks
hair-
about 90 right now, guys.
In child rearing ages, I'm 74.
Yeah.
Actually, it's probably 75 because last time I worked it out, Ginny wasn't yet 9. And Meg turns.
I can understand about the filliness. I mean, it's
And then
the
for the Imperial squads, I've got my favorites. I'll freely admit, I love me some defenders. I would play the ever-loving hell out of Phantoms if
they were
if they had anything resembling consistency. Like if they were a bomber and got BCC.
That was just pretty missing.
And then
wish
if I
they
look
were.
at things, I mean, I wish they were and I wish they weren't. Like
I understand. Yes.
And the other problem for playing Imperial squads is if you take Imperial squads, like this is why, and everybody got told I was doing this told me I was nuts. John here included, and Jamie. At one point I was working on a Sloan double ISD list because I got tired of being like, I want to fly Imperial squads. ISD, Quasar, maybe a Gazanti if I'm feeling like splurging. I'm just like, this is boring, this is fragile.
Sloan is the list basically built itself. You need a Quasar with Sloan because you
need
really
the
do.
carrier, and you need a killer. And okay, well, what if I take demo? Well, for starters, demos. That's a fairly fragile list. I mean, it's not like the Quasar doesn't die to a stiff breeze, but it definitely falls over in one. And then okay, I've got demo. What do I have points left for? Like a naked raider? That's about it. Unless I start
I've seen the
building
lifeboats.
squads.
I've seen the Sloan lifeboats. I'm honestly never a fan of lifeboating. Like, yes, you can put Sloan on things and this, but
Counterpoint,
you don't
don't.
win games with lifeboats. Like, you don't make top table with lifeboat. Like, it's not anymore. Like, you can when it was flotillas were legal, but like, I'm gonna say it like lifeboating is dumb and get good scrub. Like, there you go.
Put
Sorry.
it on a battleship.
Enjoy the
Get over it.
controversy. John runs his mouth again. So weird.
But that's my problem with Imperial squads is I'd love to fly them more. I've tried, like I said a while ago now, I tried 2-ship when Bobo was still getting started with it. Most of my problems with it were actually either I'd hit heavy rebel aces like Red Squadron, and that was painful. Still painful.
Wolf.
I'll
do it.
Or
vaguely
the
commenting,
ships
we
with-
just CO90 just died from a Morna shot. Look at that, we're paying attention to the game. I know it's
she
dumb.
does that, and then you can see Merrick Steele, who set up the kill, is now zooming away across the board.
Yeah, he did that. I was paying attention, but like, you know, we're here. That's a 51 point solid.
Yeah, and Michael managed to get, I think it's Zyrtec is what it looks like from here, and I
There
don't
are
know how badly
squads.
damaged.
There are squads. All you
Merrick
Imperials look the
or
same to me.
Morna are.
Wow, racist.
We're slowing on the map over there.
Yeah.
Well, there
So,
was Geisling over there too.
I understand why squads
Right,
don't.
Matt.
Yeah, squads don't issue. I understand. That's fine. And you have your favorites, and that's fine. But like, it's the same thing. Like big ships, I have nothing against big ships. Like I ran Akbar last year. Akbar's fun. I like Akbar. I'm just worried that when the SSD comes out, I like running Leia. It's stupid. It's fun. I
But how
worry.
else do you bring down a super? Like the thing's 22 hull.
By forcing it, it's either playing my objectives or giving me first, and I just throw the hammerheads at it. And because I don't have special crit effects like damage control officer's useless. Side note, if you're thinking about building an SSD without damage control officer, don't. You're bad.
Like
Unless you might have a chance against it, but like you need idiots, willing to run MSU. Because I don't know my APTs. Like it has 4 activations and 2 of them are Gazanters. Like that's not a real. Those are sort of activations, but like you need to. SSD is just. I'm gonna call it a big ISD, but it's not. Like you need to make sure you're bringing down its defense tokens and it can't spend or it has to keep spending. Like if you just keep firing like 1 ship a turn at an SSD, it's going to eat you and you're going to be sad. But
Just combine firepower.
yeah, if you can bring literally everything you've got against it, I think you've got a chance. I say this with having run 0 games against it and with no knowledge of what's going on. Haha.
for those at home wondering why Merrick Steele, Defender Ace and Hero of the Empire, is running away like a scared little girl, I would too on one hull point if I was worth 21 points.
Oh yeah, okay.
Also, the CR90 appears to have gone down in the middle.
Yep.
Morna took it out. I'm assuming 2 and an accuracy 2, or there was out of hull shields. I don't know. We're paying very close attention to this game, and we know exactly what we're doing. We're trained professionals. The top men that Indiana Jones's friends were.
Promise to look after the
yes.
the Ark of the
Top
Covenant.
men. We're doing great. Yes, we're amazing over here. We know exactly what we're talking about. Yeah, so.
Now the $1 million question, though. With the ISD in the way, can the Quasar get out of Defiance's weapons range? Nick seems to have already come to a conclusion. And I think it's a conclusion Michael will like if he's right.
I just don't think he's going to be able to get enough dice. He's only going to be 5 dice.
Well, Defiance 6.
He needs those 3 blues.
I won't dispute that. Oh, bump, go back on the station. Yep. So, whoop.
5 games in, guys.
Be patient with
When
each
the stream
other
was
and
down, the
everything.
reason it wasn't actually a technical failure, we had to turn the stream off because they did actually start clocking.
What? Oh. That's mean.
What?
Yeah, I will.
Now I'm saying you went crazy, not that you were calling each other chicken. You went crazy.
Is the clocking for the ISD with the front arc that's pointed in the opposite direction of the battle?
It is. It's quarter talk. It is.
Wait a second. Before you start that, where's that CN?
Oh man. Oh man.
He was a bit drunk.
He's navigating as best as he can. He went for some cigarettes, Nick. The CR90 that is definitely below the camera stream. Went for some cigarettes. It's maybe on your maybe like 2 inches below the edge of that ruler you see on the camera.
Right on the atmosphere, Hoff.
Yeah.
There's some really
doing
great
his best.
fish and chips on Hoff.
He had to get some cigarettes. He's coming back.
That's Radis. This is Akbar. This
Oh,
is
what
not
a-
Deadbeat Datus.
He's doing his best. Those kids are getting dropped off the pool. They'll come back, I swear. Daddy didn't forget me. I am a monster, yes. So, yeah, that's fine. What turn is it? 4? 3?
I thought this was 5.
Dude, I don't know.
This is 4. 4 going into 5.
Yep.
This is turn of I want my burger.
We're getting there. Yeah. I'm hungry too.
I want my burger.
We're going to the Vortex after this.
Depending upon when these two finish.
Last call for food's 1. So unless we get down there and they're just like, yeah, you're going to be waiting an hour for a table, we'll go. I don't know where else we'll go, but we'll find somewhere.
Yeah.
Waffle House.
Again? Huh.
You can have something other than breakfast food.
If I'm going to Waffle House, I'm having both breakfast food and hating myself, and I'd like to not do
You can do
those.
Zaxby's. I don't know why you would want to do
You could do the
Zaxby's.
Marietta Diner, but that means you'd have to make the decision just to go to the
Huh?
diner up here.
Okay.
Hey guys,
Zaxby's-
Zaxby's Gamer here with my horrible, horrible hair. So, yeah, so apparently the regional finals are
Still going.
still going. They started at what time?
10 a.m.
10
Have I
a.m.
really not eaten since like 9 a.m.? Fuck me.
You were the
F
one
me,
that
sorry,
did-
sorry, Discord, sorry. Oh, I'm
You were the
sorry,
one that
streamer.
didn't buy a sandwich
Sorry,
around
this is
round
why I
2,
type things out and try not to drop f-bombs.
Hey guys,
Sorry.
where can they, I had a question on my stream. Where can they join your Discord at?
The Armada Discord, and I'm only helpful enough to tell you it's the Armada Discord, and I don't know how to get it.
Search the Armada Discord.
I don't know how to do that.
shoot, if anybody's on the Vassal group on Facebook for Armada, it's in there somewhere.
You've got about
Otherwise,
100 people, I don't know if they know what you're talking about.
I will shoot you a link. How's that sound? I will get you a link before you leave.
Okay, so I'll put that up. I'll put that video. So, guys, you know, I've been talking a little bit about Armada tonight. Now that I know there's no Armada here, I will be participating more. And yes, I know it's not steampunk, so sue me.
I gotta remember.
It's
I also play Warhammer, so. And yes, I know it's Slanesh, but I don't care.
we got us a chaos player. So does
Yeah,
that
never-
make him an Imperial or a Rebel?
Chaos? Probably a rebel.
I'll
Evil
say
rebel. Saw Gerrera rebel.
Soccer Rebel.
No, someone said smuggler, Black Sun Syndicate. I'll go with that. Guys, remember, just because they play Armada doesn't mean they're Star Wars fanatics.
You say that.
No comment. I did pick up Mercy Kill, the Alston new X-Wing book set like 31 years after Yavin, or 40 years after Yavin, who knows. It's an Alston book, and I get to read Ray Squadron players, and just, I finished my book club book because I'm in a book club, that's how cool I am. Sorry.
That's so many jokes that
What,
I want to
that-
have on a YouTube stream.
that I'm in a book club or what?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it's cool. It's
Hey, I got a question for you for my thing.
Sure.
Do you always dress in a suit to host these things?
I'm not hosting. Actually, the man on the sweater's hosting. I dress in a suit because my job as an engineer, I'm working in a steel tube mill. I would name drop it, but I'm already a little hesitant about doing that.
Don't name drop.
Yeah. It's fun, but like I'm getting, I'm in garbage clothes because I'm out on the floor and covered in like chemicals and everything else. So it's like I never actually get the chance to dress up, and I like looking good in a tie. So
you go.
yeah. The secret of why I wear a tie, it's revealed.
You guys know where I work because I wore my my shirt today. So
Yeah. So it's I have many ties, but the answer is Armada tie because Armada tie.
Why not?
Because it's the dice. It
Yeah,
looks
you
like a
can
normal
just-
tie, and
And then you zoom in.
it's for anyone who's Facebook friends
that
with
really
me.
is an Armada.
It is. It's the dice. I think I showed it on the stream round 2. Blue accuracies, red doubles, and black hit plus crits. The perfect hammerhead front arc, if you will.
I mean, with your hammerheads never managed to roll against me.
Oh, they didn't. I hate your stupid early warning system.
No, yeah, this is the Giga-Bites. It's my favorite store.
It's a very solid
here
store.
in- I'd say
taste.
Atlanta, Georgia. It's the closest I can get you. It's Marietta, I think, is where I am. I never remember.
Yeah, about 5-10 miles north of the city.
No, sorry, what?
About 5-10 miles north of Atlanta.
It's a lot of fun, guys. Come out here. I
Hot
can tell you
Atlanta,
right
I
now,
believe, is what Mr. Luda, Space Chris would call it. I am far too white to make that joke.
So, guys, in all seriousness, this place, and I'm sure anyone here will tell you, if you're a serious player,
I'm actually impressed you managed to keep your jacket on all day because it got really hot this afternoon.
Second round against Valka, I was sweating just because it's so it got worse, and Roy was good, but like by picking fire lanes, I walked into a nice early setup, and he also let me throw the fire lanes under his MC75 for 2 turns. Then I blew up to 75. And then I blew up. It was the first match I felt good against Radis, which is why I was very happy with these objectives. Valka on round 2, I was sweating because I'm on a camera, I'm on video. Like, I'll make jokes about how, like, I'm really good and like claim to be a lot, more not confident, more I'm a lot more full of myself than I actually am. Like, but like I'm on camera and like any dumbness I make is like, oh yeah, way to flub that roll. Hashtag JJ went off the table. No, bro, no, it's fine. So like there's that, and then Matt round 3. It was oh man, that was just so nerve wracking. It's just like, what can I throw at him just based on like not having the ability to. My bad deployment.
Thank you, by the way.
Oh, sure. Welcome. Yeah. And then round 4, Sloan was not the opponent I needed. I'm like, oh no, Biggs is gonna. Oh, I just like it's Sloan Alpha, and then here comes more fighters, and here comes more fighters, and.
But the thing is, though, is it's the same as any 2 shippers. You only got to kill a Quasar and an ISD to win.
Yeah, and that's what I did. I killed a Quasar first. Spoiler, round 4, Steven forgot Brunson several times, and it might have kept that ship alive. And
Steve, that's a new addition to his list. The Quasar was previously running SFO, I think.
okay.
and I suggested he was having trouble keeping it alive, and I'm like, why don't you just slap Brunson on it? 5 points. She's easily one of the best officers in the game, flat out.
Totally should cost less than Darylin.
Okay, like
I'm not
that's
bitter.
a serious question
I'm not
though.
bitter.
Is Brunson undercosted? Probably. Or is Derlin badly overcosted?
Both.
Are you
Both.
kidding me?
The answer is both. Brunson, because of the ability to remove a die, like a black crit on any Sato effect, and that's the thing. Brunson exists, so you really don't have Sato effects. Like you can like dirt. I got 1 crit. No, you got nothing. Your Sato is useless. Great. Glad I changed my red and blue to 2 black kind of hits. That's finally there. Great. It's fine. Yeah, just like the Sloan Aces and Bigs exist in my list specifically because I don't need Squadron Alphas. I accept I'm gonna eat the Alpha. And yeah, so it's good old Bigs. Oh.
Big survived, right?
No, Biggs died at the end there. He killed everything but like 1 Y-wing because like I was just like, okay, cool, I can attack a whole bunch of stuff, and like I ended up with a Y-wing in like 2 hull or 1 hull, and I'm like, why am I gonna fire into Soontir that's you got tabled? Like no, I don't care. I did get literally every hammerhead with extracts off onto that ISD, which was really nice. But my Bomber Command Center flotilla definitely spent the last literal half of that game 3 turns at speed 0. And like
did that transport actually survive?
Yes, weirdly.
He didn't take a shot at it at all?
He didn't. He was gonna, but like here's the thing, he had a hammerhead in his front arc. He didn't have gunnery teams, it was an ISD1. So he didn't have gunnery teams, and the front arc against that hammerhead instead of the side against the hammerhead, because hammerheads are, the thing I love about hammerheads is they're so resilient to like, it's like, okay, cool, I like 4 damage at you and no.
It's that extra point of hull.
Yeah, it's the hull, and the fact that like locking down the defense tokens really does nothing. Like, okay, cool, you locked down my redirect. That's the same as if I had redirected 1 damage. It did nothing. It's like, well, I locked down your contain. Yeah, that's fine. I don't really care. That's the damage that's not going into my hull. Well, I locked down your evade. Well, I'd like to. Oh, okay, you don't have a double, so it's the same thing. It's nice. And blah 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 blah. Haha, you can't do anything. So it's like you really didn't do anything. Like they take 2 shots generally to kill if they're not front arc of a Simoon or like a 2 or a double arc by a 75. But the fact that when they do, it's just like, oh, okay, cool. So I'm gonna get shot next. Like your next activation is gonna shoot me, but I get to go. And, okay, cool. You killed 39 points. Okay. Glad I did. Fine.
This is an interesting choice. I still haven't quite worked out what's supposed to be happening with that hammerhead on the bottom of the table, bottom of the screen.
The CR90, you mean?
Yeah, the CR90. Sorry.
I think he's trying to get it back in, and he's trying to. What's he got left? He got Morna and Merrick.
Turn 5.
Yep, going into 5.
Yeah. Morna, Merrick, Jenden looks left. 2 A-wings, a GR, CR90.
Jenden's still alive.
Yeah. No, I see Morna, Merrick, Jenden.
MJ's still here.
The gruesome trio.
One of the A-wings is a generic. The other is Charbet.
Okay. CR90's down.
We've got the dawdling CR90 that has now rejoined the view of the camera.
Turn 5, turn 6. Theoretically, with Nick going first, I assume. I'm honestly not commenting. I'm sorry. Like, I could say like what I think's gonna happen and blah blah blah, but I honestly,
Tony Romo it?
Yeah, I don't want to influence the game. I'm not in a booth.
Tony Romo doesn't predict though. He just explains what he saw.
Yes. No, he did predict. Like that was the playoff games.
I haven't.
Yeah, the NFC and AFC or whichever one he was doing. Just the fact that he could tell exactly what play was about to be run. Like, okay, if I was an offense, I would do X Y Z and.
Well, that's because he was on that offense.
Yeah. Well, he was like, the thing I like about Romo, like, you'll hate about, people can hate on Romo, but like.
I'd rather hate on Tom Brady.
Well, I mean,
my lantern showing through. I'm sorry,
It
guys.
is.
I only have one objective for tomorrow, and that is that Tom Brady loses. I don't care if the Patriots win as long as Brady loses.
Romo does have a very good prediction rate, but I mean, he was a quarterback, and like, as much crap as you can give Romo for. The problem I think with Romo is he played on the Cowboys, and Jerry Jones is a monster, so screw him. Yeah, screw Jerry Jones.
There's the Chicago showing through.
No, that's literally any decent human being. Jerry Jones is a monster who my liberalism would show through, but let's not. Let's keep
that one.
Let's keep the stream a little clear. Hashtag etc. It's. I don't care for Jerry Jones. This is what it amounts to. It's the best I can do.
Even with an IMAX yacht.
Even what?
Even his IMAX yacht.
Yeah. It's. I mean, every NFL owner is corrupt and terrible. They're all monsters, but. Like,
Even those in Chicago.
I mean, the McCaskies are all terrible. I mean, what was it? George Halas was a monster, but it was like, it was that 30s monster where, like, oh, I spit on a player because he tried to get a raise above 15 cents a game. And, like, all the crappy newspaper columnists were like, that's a good plan for that. How dare these workers try to unionize and blah, blah, blah. It's, I like football, but I'm watching modern gladiatorial combat, and
Accurate.
like the things those men do to their bodies, you can't feel good about that. I mean, heck, Eric is a kid, and he's already in a lead of disgust, and like the kid's never playing football because
Eric has a brain between his ears.
Yeah, I mean they wanted Eric to play football. My brother-in-law actually played football. He was on the line. Nate's a mensch. He's not watching this. He doesn't play Armada. But, like, he was on the line, and you destroy yourself for this game. And, they try to, like, camaraderie and the team and blah, blah, blah. But it's still, you're watching gladiators, and...
Doesn't anyone just buy it to Jendon?
Wing just bought it to Jendon's native armament, ladies and gentlemen.
Jendon fired a shot?
Jendon fired a shot.
I can't believe it. The thing I love about those 6-hole squads is just like, okay, cool, I'm going to counter into you. Yeah, you didn't do enough. This is inconvenient. I don't care for this.
Well, here's the relevant bit before that A-Wing death. Michael was actually winning. He had dragged enough out of Nick's aces.
I mean, with the... How's it Quasar doing?
Taking one hole.
One hole only?
Two hull damage. Okay. So if it can get out of blue range, it comes down to can Defiance fish.
We'll see.
I don't.
We're trying not to influence you guys. Sorry.
Stop talking about it.
Well, that's why I've been avoiding commenting on the game.
Yes, that's Nick LaTrenta. He thinks he's better than us.
He's better than you.
Just because I ran Leia off the table against you. Never gonna live that one down.
Don't worry, Matt Ansley has numerous internet-recorded instances where he will never live it down.
Yeah.
We'll be there at his
Thanks to you.
We'll be there at his funeral. And then there was a time where Matt ran over an asteroid.
If we're playing ran over an asteroid, I definitely ran a Liberty over an asteroid, and there was a projector missile line.
That's the same thing he did.
Yeah.
On the live stream.
That is the worst thing that has ever happened to anyone. Like, I believe I conceded, like, 2 activations after that. Like, I was like, I want to go home, Eric. I'm done. I am done.
Yeah, that was last year's Worlds. Like,
I don't know you have enough blade to beat that.
The best bit was when he Vader quoted, "Asteroids don't concern me," and plopped it down.
Oh crap! They did concern him.
that's why I was making the comment. I don't forget if it was against. No, it wasn't against you. It was against my first round opponent. Asteroids do concern me, Commander, because the 70. It was this. Yeah, I think it was the 75 that hit an asteroid, and it was just like, please don't be structural. Please don't be structural. Not as structural, thank God.
Oh, but structurals are very important. So, we'll see if that Quasar gets out.
It's an open question as far as I'm concerned.
I think if the Quasar gets out, it's over.
I mean, with 5 and 6, it's...
It's not over if the Quasar gets away. It's not over.
He's taken at least. Really?
Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. I am running vaguely talking here so that way they don't hear what we're saying because Matt seems to be discussing actual game state instead of just blathering on like I've been doing for 2 hours. It's very important.
From Chicago, won't hold against you.
Right, but I don't want to actually influence your regionals because, come on, like, I'll make all sorts of jokes about how...
Listen, John, you've been playing in this tournament all day, and there was no chance of you influencing regionals.
Oh, I'm sorry. Where did Leia place in relation to Sato?
Hold on. You got what? 13th?
11th, sir.
11th versus 13th. What'd you get? Net B?
Yeah.
I got net B too. Holy shit! It was the same thing. Oh, whatever.
Holy shirt.
Whatever.
Holy shirt
Holy
balls.
Shirt. That's cool.
Cork blork.
Hold on, do we still want to do Leia?
No, dude. Like, I would love to, but
I
like,
get it. I know that you're scared. It's okay. I get it. It's intimidating facing the best Sato player who's ever lived. I get it.
I fought Nathan Koda's Sato. Like, no offense, but you don't concern me.
It's interesting because you're the guy who's turned down the match.
Yeah, because I'm tired and I've had two and a half beers, and I'm going to get burgers soon. Yes, but I'm going to get burgers.
And the store closes as soon as this game is over.
Yes.
Yeah, he wants to go get burgers.
Yeah.
I know that Chicago
Are you
is
gonna be
too
crashing
scared
my
to
house
play
again
against
tonight?
Sato.
I am not afraid to play Sato, but
What
here's
time's your flight tomorrow?
11 a.m.
Why did you have such an early flight back?
The plan was I was
11
going.
is early?
Yeah. Because for Super Bowl Sunday, I was going to do a massive Super Bowl party at my place with the girlfriend and me, and we were gonna have people over and blah 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 blah. But my friends decided to go downtown, so it's John and the girlfriend hanging out, which I think I win there, don't I? Like, so I don't have to entertain people that aren't the girlfriend. Yeah, that's a solid victory. Like, my opponent just ran his ISD off the table for me. That's I appreciate that. Not happening here. It's something else. I don't know. Yeah. So.
So he's really worried about the CR90 and Morna.
Morna hasn't gone this round.
Or throwing a lot of dice.
Oh, so the Steel's been bought it?
Still bought it, yeah.
Sure. Jumped over the MC80. It was just like, you have 1 hull, sir. I have 3 dice.
Can we get a score count?
You got the scores, Matt?
Just go around and actually add it up.
Matt, just do the math. Go over there and do the math. Do it, Matt. Do it.
He's already done it.
Michael's got 86 points.
Blah, blah, blah. Talk into the mic and quieter, Matt. Talk into the mic and quieter, because that will influence the game. We're being quiet. You're going to talk into the mic. Wait till he goes around. Talk directly into the mic and quietly.
Michael's up 16 points, and I don't know where he can find them.
Where Nick can find them, you mean?
He's coming up to putt. Using a 3-1.
You have 3 liberties.
Dog leg left. And...
What an amazing break on that.
Oh, he's done it, ladies and gentlemen. He's done it, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. This is beautiful. This is as beautiful as my sweaty balls.
You should have worn a mustard yellow jacket.
I could have. No, the blue suit. I'm wearing a blue suit. It was pictures of me on the stream, and Jamie's been throwing them up on Discord all day.
I like the puzzled expression when you were playing Matt.
Yeah, that's fair. That puzzled expression
in my.
Oh
my God, I'm gonna lose.
Yeah, the puzzled expression was specifically because that was the first Akbar shot, and it was 5. And an accuracy into my hull. So obviously you locked on the CR90's redirect, and I'm like, well, taking 3 in the hull. I'm like, oh, this is terrible. But
you had the question of you had Lando on Leia, and it was, do you Lando this shot, knowing Home 1 had her own long range shot, and she had quad battery turrets.
Quads and the fact that there were no crits in there. So
yeah, there yes.
Does Morna have heavy? That's my question.
Morna does not.
Morna does not have heavy. No, she's
but
the only.
Morna has black dice, and Shara has a scatter, I assume. Shara scatters red. How many health is Shara on?
He's so logical.
How many health is Char on?
3. So even if Morna shoots, blows the scatter, next round goes again.
Why?
3 blaze.
Why is he going to blow the scatter?
Why is what?
If Morna shoots this round, the scatter goes. Next round, Morna shoots
It's
again.
pointless for him to shoot. I'm just telling him that I couldn't kill his even if I wanted to either, because he could brace it down and it wouldn't matter. Because the most I could do is
Morna can
he could brace it down to 2, then brace it down to 2, and it would do 4. He'd still be at 1. Just like mine, so it's pointless. There's no sense in even going through that.
Turn 6.
The only thing that matters at this point is I'm sure he can get away with that. That is it. That's all that matters.
Not going to do that.
This guy's got 2 sets of regionals dice.
To me?
Yeah.
We're winding it down. It looks like. So.
Maybe I do better.
You ready?
Go for it.
So it is navigate.
Pretty far. Not far.
Sorry.
Who's this? Is Ard?
No, Ard's talking about round 1 Radis profundity drop yoinked his VIP token, which is solid.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess because it's when you do the token,
Yeah.
and Radis means that you're already way out there. That's the whole point of the VCX in my list is, oh, Flotilla, round 1, go grab that. Okay, here we go. Home 1, grab it, and you... You got engine techs. Keep up with 75 and get out of here.
Yep.
Totally, I never thought about. No way to have hyperspace assault is my yellow objective with Radis.
Well, that's because that's horrifying.
Yeah, you can't drop on hyperspace until turn 2. That is
Still horrifying.
Yeah. I mean, most people wouldn't pick it, but.
Haven't once.
Oof.
Certain Mr. Sato Genius decided it was worth taking.
Oh.
He wants to be sure that he understands every possible way the game can go wrong. It's an admirable goal, and he's devoted to it.
Say my name once. No one know who I was.
Yes. And yeah, that was that's the game.
I didn't win.
Who won?
I lost my CR90.
Oh, I was not counting the CR9.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I told you.
The ship that he lost?
I wouldn't have lost that.
And Chicago's own Nick Latrenta took it down in Atlanta. We came, we saw, we kicked its butt.
I want to know question. Like, you're driving back with Matt Ansley.
Yeah.
He wasn't able to see a CR90 2 feet away from you. Are you have questions about his
It was
vision?
about 8 feet, thank you.
Yeah, probably.
And in fact, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it, so there's obviously questions about his hearing too.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable driving with this man?
The rest of these
I'm
people
going to
have been
be.
drinking beers.
As comfortable as I'm going to be. So, yeah, Nick Latrenta took it down. All of those math numbers from before were Matt's numbers. So, yeah.
Yep, I freely admit they were all off by 51 in Nick's favor.
Nick wins. Chicago steals Atlanta's regional, as one does.
Up 16 by squads.
All right. So in second place in the Atlanta Armada Regionals is Michael. Congratulations, Michael.
Take a moment to reflect on how you let the sound down.
Oh, here we go.
So what you're saying is, a northerner invaded, took the South's dignity, and then decided to leave. I am not allowed in Matt Ansley's car. Understandable. Understandable.
All right, I'm turning off the stream. Thank you very much for everyone watching.
It's great talking to you all and me blathering. I'm sure you all care very much. So, thank you for having me, Jamie.
My pleasure.
And Matt. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Because it was up, he was
That's
up 16.
Yeah, you're gonna use it
This is 51.
instead of facing.
35, 35. So catching.